Can you solve this math challenge? Here's the question. Factor completely. We have x raised to the power of 6 minus 45x cubed minus 8. Now pause this video right now and see if you can answer this question, because I will show you the solution in 3, 2, 1. Alright, in this video, the goal is to factor this expression completely, and take note, it is given that this expression, x raised to the power of 6 minus 45x cubed minus 8, is technically factorable. So the goal is to factor this expression. But the question is, of course, how do we factor this kind of expression? Now, one thing to notice here is they give us some clues. Because x raised to the power of 6, we can rewrite this as x raised to the power of 2 raised to the power of 3. Or this is a perfect cube. Also, this 8 or negative 8, because this is just negative 2 raised to the power of 3. So this is our clue to answer this question, because 2 of those term is a power of 3. But negative 45x cubed is not a perfect cube. And now, this reminds me of this identity. If we have a cubed plus b cubed plus c cubed minus 3 times a times b times c, this can be factored nicely as follows. A plus b plus c multiply by the quantity a squared plus b squared plus c squared minus ab minus bc minus ac. So you can prove this, just multiply this, and you arrive at this format, a cubed plus b cubed plus c cubed minus 3 times a times b times c. Now the problem, this is 4 terms, but we're given only 3 terms. So what we're going to do is to break this negative 45x cubed to have another perfect cube and another term. So now one of the closest perfect cube to negative 45x cubed is negative 64x cubed. So what we're going to do is to add and subtract 19x cubed. So we have negative 64x cubed plus 19x cubed. Negative 64x cubed is a perfect cube, obviously, but here we go, 19x cubed, 19 is a prime number. So we cannot rewrite 19x cubed in the form 3 times a times b times c, because 19 is a prime number. So 19, the factor of 19 is just 19 and 1. So this expression is not possible. Therefore, let's think another perfect cube that is closest to negative 45x cubed. And one of the perfect cube that is closest to negative 45 is negative 27x cubed. So what we're going to do is to add and subtract negative 18x cubed. So just break negative 45 into negative 27 and negative 18. So when we add these two terms, you get negative 45x cubed. Now, negative 27x cubed is technically a perfect cube, because negative 27 is negative 3 raised to the power of 3. And this 18 is not a prime number, because 18 is 2 times 3 squared. Alright, so let's pick these expressions. Now we know negative 27x cubed, we can rewrite this as negative 3x raised to the power of 3. Now let's rearrange some terms a little bit. So we have a cubed, b cubed, c cubed, x squared raised to the power of 3, negative 3x raised to the power of 3, and negative 2 raised to the power of 3. So this will serve as a, b, and c. Now let's see if we can rewrite 18x cubed in the form of 3 times a times b times c. And if we do that, we get that 18x cubed is simply equal to 3 times x squared times negative 3x times negative 2, which is our a, b, and c. So using this identity, we can factor this entire expression. So let's do that. So we know we can factor this out nicely in this format. Now we have a plus b plus c, or simply equal to x squared minus 3x minus 2. This is the first factor. Now the other factor, we have here a squared, which is x squared raised to the power of 2, or simply equal to x raised to the 4th power, Next, plus b squared, which is negative 3x raised to the second power, or simply equal to positive 9x squared. And then plus c squared, or simply equal to negative 2 raised to the power of 2, or simply positive 4. Next, minus a times b, so negative of x squared times negative 3x, or simply equal to positive 3x cubed. And negative bc, which is equivalent to negative 6x, and negative ac, which is equivalent to positive 2x squared. Now, what we're going to do is to combine like terms, which is 9x squared and 2x squared. So this will give us negative 11x squared. And now, rearrange some terms a little bit. And there you have it. So the factored form of x raised to the power of 6 minus 45x cubed minus 8 is x squared minus 3x minus 2 multiplied by x raised to the fourth power plus 3x cubed plus 11x squared minus 6x plus 4. Therefore, if we want to factor this expression, x raised to the power of 6 minus 45x cubed minus 8, then our answer must be this factor. And as always, we are done.